40. I was smart and I brought my umbrella with me
Yes.
this morning, just knowing I was not going to get caught in the rain today.
Yeah, most
No.
definitely. I got the rain jacket in the back of the car. You know, I got PTSD from that
Oh
one
man,
time.
listen.
You go out in that rain one time and forget your
got
rain
this
jacket or
storm.
umbrella, you will learn.
Yes, I remember that day because I was at Kroger that day and I brought my umbrella, but a lot of people didn't, and man, did the bottom fall out of a
did.
thunderstorm. Yes.
And it lasted a while too that day.
It did. These are going to be a little quicker,
That's
all the
good.
rain and
Good.
storms on the way today, but we also are going to be watching for that potential for severe weather today. So as storms are rolling through, you probably don't want to be making your way out and about unless you have to through them, just in case, because there will be that potential that severe thunderstorms will be around as you're making your way through your morning and also into the early afternoon. So here's a look at the severe threat from the Storm Prediction Center. You can see most of the area under some sort of severe threat, level 1 of 5 for Macon off to the northwest. And then if you're south and east of Macon, you're in that level 2 of 5 threat, which is indicated by that yellow color there. So what are we looking at today? Most widespread threat, what most of us will experience if you do experience thunderstorm activity, is going to be damaging wind gusts and heavy rain. And any strong storms, we're looking 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, and anything severe that warrants for wind gusts upwards of 60 miles per hour. Now, unfortunately, we also are going to be looking towards the potential for maybe a brief spin up tornado and some small hail. The timing between around 8 o'clock this morning and 4 p.m. I do think the late morning into around the lunch hour is going to be our main time frame, and I'm going to explain why here in just the next couple of minutes. Lots to cover. Right now we're mainly quiet, just a couple of showers starting to push in from the west in parts of Upson, Taylor, and Crawford County. Most of the rain and storm activity up towards the metro Atlanta area. It's all along a cold front that is continuing to push through the southeast. This is the same one that was stalled to our south, now reorienting itself, and then it's just going to pay us another visit. But this time it is going to bring us that potential for severe weather. Haven't seen anything severe up in northwest Georgia. The only severe weather I've been seeing, a tornado warning in the panhandle of Florida, and then this little cell right here that is just north of the Dothan area, that had a tornado warning on it, and it is still rotating just a little bit. So we are going to continue to track that as it moves over the Alabama and Georgia line this morning. Hopefully everything can kind of start to fall apart. Right now, our ingredients for severe weather aren't all put together. That's definitely more out to our west, where we're obviously experiencing that potential for severe weather this morning. But as we head through the later morning hours, this front gets closer. This area of low pressure, we talked about what that does. A little more spin, a little more lift closer to this as that moves closer to the area. That's ultimately going to increase our potential, or all of our ingredients, to come together for severe storms. By around 8 o'clock in the morning, we'll be watching for any of these isolated cells to see if they start to spin. The high-res model keeps what I think is the most concerning weather down to our south. There are better ingredients south of the area for an organized severe threat today, but nonetheless, we still have one. Now, the high-resolution model shows something different than the graph, which is what I'm going to show you next. It indicates that we'll have another flare-up as we head towards 4 o'clock. At this point, we have enough wind shear and we definitely have the fuel, so I think that would prolong our severe threat into the 4 o'clock hour. The graph model brings our severe threat to an end a little bit earlier, so both of these are a solution. Just stay weather aware as we go through the day today. Have a way to receive weather warnings. As we head towards 6, 7 o'clock, all the rain and storms out to our west will push into the area. Here are the little cells we're going to be watching as we go through the morning hours to see if they take advantage of that wind shear and start to spin. Again, I think our more widespread threat is going to be that heavy rain and gusty wind. Now notice by the afternoon into the early evening, what the high res showed, the graph doesn't show at all, and keeps any kind of more concerning thunderstorm activity down to our south. So for the day today, I do think our best time frame is going to be that late morning into the lunch hour, but we could potentially prolong our severe threat into the early afternoon if that low pressure center continues to stay through the area. That's really what we're going to be watching. Rain is not going to go away until really Saturday late morning, and then we'll finally be cold and dry by Sunday. But today, again, stay weather aware, have a way to receive weather warnings.